Some lingering showers in a couple of areas as we go through the rest of your evening that we try to clear out tonight. We get cooler as well, especially the farther north you go in KELOLAND with lows in the 50s, around 60 though as you go into the southeastern portion of the region. For your day Tuesday, East River, we're pretty quiet. Out west, however, you may run into some thunderstorms, a few of which could pack an extra punch. We'll talk about that in a little more detail and go through the rest of your forecast in a little bit. But until then, First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
A water warning at a popular lake near Sioux Falls. We have an update on the high algae toxin coming up.
Plus, the Brookings Swim Club is keeping an eye on the Olympics. We'll hear from one swimmer following Katie Ledecky.
And voters are waiting to see who will be the VP pick for the Democrat ticket. Well, the latest just ahead. Good afternoon and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. All of those stories in a moment, but first we have an update on a case we've been following since June.
2 months after a deadly shooting, a T-man is now charged with murder. 59-year-old Timothy Overton is also accused of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and false imprisonment. Overton is already behind bars for another assault case. We're going to take a closer look at the case and the new court documents tonight on KELOLAND News.
Top story in sports today. A Sioux Falls athlete saw her Olympic run come to an end this morning.
Taryn Cloth and Team USA fell to Canada 2-0 in a round of 16 match. Olympic correspondent Matt Barnes joins us now live from Paris.
Yeah, this was a tough one out there, I tell you what, because first off, it's an amazing venue, so I wish all of you could be there to see this amazing venue. But Kristen and Taryn had done such a great job playing in this Olympic tournament, and this was a close match against Canada, where I know the 2 straight set loss, but we're talking 21-19, 21-18, so that can go either way. And unfortunately, it is not to be for them as they tried to continue on to the quarterfinals. But what a run for them. They had played so well, and this is all, again, from an Olympic tournament that is starting to see new teams show up in beach volleyball. The days of Misty May, Trainer, and Carrie Walsh coming out here are gone. So we're starting to see new faces, and that include Kristen and Taryn. And they were, again, performing so admirably until this loss today. But hopefully they can keep their heads held high because they did play so well and got so close to winning both of those sets. When you lose that tightly, I know it can be tough. But again, great showing out here.
All right. Thanks a lot, Matt. I watched that volleyball match, and yeah, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I know.
And you can read more about Cloth's Olympic journey. It's on our website. Digital reporter Michael Dorn also takes a look at the South Dakota athletes still waiting to compete. You're going to find that story in a KELOLAND.com original.
Katie Ledecky's 2024 Olympic performances made history as she became the most decorated U.S. female Olympian. Her athleticism and character are touching athletes across the country, even South Dakota swimmers with the Brookings Swim Club.
It's really cool because it makes me feel like I can do whatever they do because they're so good. Katie Ledecky's been getting gold since she was 15 years old, and I think that's really cool.
11-year-old Kirsten Johnson has been swimming competitively for 3 years. She says one of the biggest things that stands out to her about Ledecky is her sportsmanship toward other athletes.
Well, a place swimmers might be avoiding is Wall Lake. Minnehaha County Emergency Management announced on Friday that there were high levels of harmful algae blooms in the water. KELOLAND's Jordan DeSmit explains how the algae could negatively impact the lake's visitors and ecosystem.
The algal bloom at Wall Lake can make it dangerous for people to swim, but it can also negatively affect the wildlife.
Too much algae in there depletes the oxygen in the water. Fish need oxygen to breathe, and that's why you'll see some big lake kill-offs every once in a while.
Coming up tonight, we'll explain how the algal bloom forms and how much of that algae has gone away. At Wall Lake, Jordan DeSmit, KELOLAND News.
Well, today would be a nice day to go to the lake.
Yeah, but it is going to cool down, so I guess maybe people can find some other things to do, Adam.
Yeah, it's going to certainly get cooler over the next couple of days. Nothing outright chilly, but we're still talking about, I guess, what you could describe as seasonably cool temperatures as we head later into the week, and especially toward the weekend. But first things first, we've had some rain to deal with, especially near and north of Highway 212. I noticed up in Aberdeen over the last 24 hours, just a little under an inch of rain, but Sisseton has been the bullseye so far. Over 2 inches of rain in portions of Roberts County since this point yesterday afternoon, and a lot of that coming around since we were able to start the day a little after midnight. So that's where it's all been. We've had some western amounts toward Brookings, Rapid City, a little over 1/10 of an inch, close to 1/4 of an inch of rain in Buffalo. But once you hit I-90, points south, especially in central and eastern KELOLAND, little to nothing has been observed, and it's going to stay that way with a few small exceptions as we go through the rest of the evening and into the night as well. And I do have to say there are going to be exceptions to the rule because we still have just a few lingering showers that will try and hang tough over toward Minnesota. Meanwhile, out west, look at this beautiful view in Deadwood. The bikers are out and in full force for good reason, too. It's been a fantastic day to be outside out in Deadwood. It's also been pretty nice here downtown in Sioux Falls, but it has also been humid once again. We are sitting right at 88 degrees at the airport with a west wind at 17 miles per hour. Again, the dew point has been the big X factor today, especially if you've been in southeastern KELOLAND with temperatures in the 80s to near 90. But you notice where we've had the cloud cover and we've had the rain, not to mention a developing northerly breeze, 70s, 60s for current temperatures. We typically don't get this until the end of next month. So a bit of an early fall preview for some, if you will. Still in the 80s, though. Pine Ridge to Custer over to Rapid City as well. Spearfish at 77. But everybody gets in on cooler temperatures by the end of the week. We'll go into a little more detail on that, plus a few more rain chances on the way. It's all coming up as we head through the hour.
Thanks, Adam. Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to pick her running mate soon. Her top choices spent the weekend meeting with Harris in D.C., with final meetings expected today. KELOLAND Washington correspondent Manny Beer-Temple has more on the process.
It's been an expedited process. In just about 2 weeks since President Joe Biden left the race, Democrats have backed Harris. Tonight, the party finalizes its vote to make her the nominee, and we're just hours away from finding out who her running mate will be. Vice President Kamala Harris will rally with her running mate Tuesday night in Philadelphia, but it's not clear yet who that will be.
Whatever the decision is, it is entirely Kamala Harris's decision.
Pennsylvania Congresswoman Madeline Dean told News Nation she's pulling for her state's governor, Josh Shapiro. The swing state leader is one of a handful the VP vetted. Dean defended Shapiro's positions on Israel and Palestine, a division point within the party.
He has a love of Israel. He has a belief in a two-state solution. And a desire to see that happen.
Other top contenders include Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Arizona Senator Mark Kelly. They spent the weekend meeting with Harris at her residence in Washington. Whoever she picks, Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy says voters will see a clear contrast this election
between Kamala Harris, who's going to run on a platform to make democracy work better, and Donald Trump, who is promising to suspend democracy.
Meanwhile, at a rally in Georgia, former President Donald Trump painted a different picture if Harris is elected.
We could end up in World War III and a depression. How about that?
Trump also went after Harris on the southern border.
She's now saying, oh, we had a very good border. Oh, great. They had the worst border in the history of the world.
The candidates are polling neck and neck with now 92 days until the election. After Vice President Harris announces her running mate in Pennsylvania, the two are set to visit 6 more battleground states this week. In Washington, I'm Maddie Beer-Temple.